How often have you been told you need to be clever? You need to be fast. You need to convert immediately. You need to have something that people can land on and make an immediate decision in. But that's not how human beings really work. That's not really true. But let's look at what the truth is. Because real buying decisions, they're not made in 20 seconds. Hi, my name is Steve. I am a third generation minister, an international best-selling author of 40 books and counting. I've had the amazingly wonderful privilege of working with nearly 5,000 people, helping them in the process of writing, publishing, marketing their books to bestseller, and everything that goes beyond that. But what I really get the privilege of doing is helping people be seen, to be visible, to be valuable, to really know and understand all of who they can be. And I love to just take the opportunity to be able to pull back the curtain and show you the real truth, the stuff, the what's really actually happening and what's real versus, let's face it, the garbage that is being fed to us so often, that makes us feel guilty about ourselves, like we're not somehow good enough or we're not doing it right because our landing page isn't converting, because we didn't make massive, ridiculous amounts of money on Black Friday or any of those kind of things. I want to eliminate that pressure from you today because, first of all, it's not true. And second of all, it's not helping you. It's not allowing you the capability to be able to move forward and see just how incredibly powerful you actually are. You see, we buy from people that we know, we like, and we trust. We don't buy from people who are just, like peeping at us on the corner going, "Psst, you want to buy a watch?" You know what I'm saying? I mean, we tell jokes like that on TV shows and things like that because it really truly is a joke. It really isn't real, right? And yet, when internet marketers, especially when they're on stage or they're on a social media, like a webinar, that kind of thing, they make us feel like we're less than because we create a landing page. We even use their AI prompt to have it be exactly the way we follow their whole system and everything. And then our launch doesn't sell hundreds of thousands of dollars. We don't convert just a ton of sales. And then we feel like it's us. We're actually, I don't know about you, okay? I mean, I've actually literally had coaches that have actually literally said to me that the system works. It's just that I didn't do it right, you know? And sometimes that's just not true because a lot of times these microwave instant gratification systems, what's broken in them is that they're not real. It's not really how people show up in the world. It's not really how we make buying decisions. We buy from people that we know, like, and trust. Now, if a friend of yours or a coach or somebody that you highly respect puts out an offer, and it's something you've always kind of wanted to know about anyway, and you already have their they've already earned your trust. You already see them as an expert. Then, if you can afford it, you're going to buy it. But if some random person, and I love doing networking calls. I really absolutely do. One of the things that frustrates me a little bit with the networking call is, when a person is, coming into the call without telling me anything about them. They just initially really right up front start pitching me. I don't mind. I like the get to know you, tell me what you're doing kind of calls. And I love, hi, Nyla. And I love them, saying, hey, if that fits for you, I'd really love to help you out. That kind of a situation. Absolutely love those kind of calls. It's the person who, they say, hey, let's talk about this thing on a call. And then immediately, as soon as they get there, they want to share screen with you and they want to start showing you their pitch deck. They're just right straight into sales mode. No like, no trust, just pure, used car salesman on a used car lot. I remember back in the day, I went to this car dealership, and we needed a car. So I was there with the intention of buying, and they had this massive amount of commercials they're doing about no money down, no money down, no money down. And so it's like, all right, well, let's go check this place out. Got there, found a car that we were interested in, sat down with the person, filled out the paperwork, young parents with young kids. And the person came back and they said, well, the way that this particular program works for somebody like you is we need $800 down. I said, I'm sorry, I don't have $800. They're like, well, if you can call your parents or something and borrow the $800. I'm like, I can't do that. I'm like, what I have right here, right now, I opened my wallet and showed him. I have $500. I can give you $500 down right now. If you can sell me a car with this $500 down, I'm interested. If you can't, then, there's nothing I can do. I mean, you see exactly what I have. And he's like, well, what can we do to get that up to 800? I'm like, we can't do anything. That's 5 $100 bills. That's what's there. You can't somehow rip them in half and have them magically turn into 2 100, additional bills, right? And yet, and anyway, the person ended up chasing me out of the parking lot, and I ended up, just leaving, because we all too often get pitched that way on the internet now these days. And we're so used to it that I think we're a little more immune to it than we were back in the day when you were at a used car lot or something like that. Kind of came in with your guard up. Now, you're on, say, for example, Facebook, and something pops up and it promises the moon and the 11 stars, all for, the ridiculously low price. And it's really easy. And I've done it too. So no judgment. It's real easy to be like, oh, well, it's only $2. It's only $9. It's only $15. We spend it. And then we get to, and I understand this concept and I'm not dissing it. It is a good way to do things, but unfortunately it's also kind of cheesy. I'm not going to end the video yet, even though we did have a couple of the people join us. Because really that whole concept of, you buy the thing, they tell you unlimited access to this thing. And then when you get to the next page, it's like, if you really want the unlimited access, really it's not $2, it's actually $19. And if it's something that you really wanted and needed, you're like, okay, I'm feeling a little kind of way, but all right, $19. Here you go. $19.99, $20. Okay. And then you get to the next page and it's like, well, for the fully, truly, completely unlimited. And I'm like, the first one was supposed to be unlimited. The second one was definitely the upgrade to unlimited. What is this? And you find yourself either A, wanting to cancel the whole thing, or B, just walking away. I even had one recently, really frustrated me, because it was a program that I really actually kind of needed, and I was willing to do the upsell. But then when you got to the part that was the truly unlimited one, and I've dealt with this particular company before, so I knew they were going to do that, and I was expecting it going into it, that it wasn't going to actually be $5, that it was going to probably be closer to $200-300. Okay. There was two options. One was not quite fully unlimited, kind of, sort of, but there's some limitations to the unlimited, and then the really truly lifetime unlimited situation. There was no button to buy the truly unlimited one. I mean, what's up with that? You see, that's the whole downside misnomer of the landing page. The one page scroll, 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 or even the multiple page, buy this and now add this on and now add this on and now add this on kind of thing. There's no trust there. Okay? And we buy from people that we know, like, and trust. Now, conversely, there is an incredible thing that works better than anything I know to build the ability for people to know who you are, to begin to, kind of like what you're talking about, and to build trust with them. And that is your book. It could be, a big book, a little book, whatever. Okay. And it's been called, hi, baby sheep. It's been called an expensive business card. I kind of don't like that phrase. To call it the true landing page, now I could get behind that. But I mean, the problem with calling it a business card, it's a good example from the standpoint that if you hand it out to people, people are going to keep it. Okay. Versus a business card that ends up eventually, sitting on your desk for a long time and then eventually you just throw it away because, right? It's just kind of the nature of business cards. It doesn't really happen too often with books. We kind of feel like we're bad people, like maybe we're Nazis or something if we throw books away. So we might give them away. We might donate them or put them in a free bin at a garage sale. But throwing that book away, it makes us feel bad, right? That is how powerful your book can be. And if you're open and you're genuine and you're real and you're you in your book, you can develop all kinds of trust. And if you embrace radical generosity, you embrace giving first with no thought of what's in it for me. So in other words, you don't end chapter 1 and then hit them with a pitch. How about you end chapter 1 and you give them something? Here's a little worksheet you can do. You do 4 or 5 chapters, and then here is a free gift just for having gone this far. And if you go further in the book, you see, by doing those little gamifications, I mean, that's where Angry Birds took off, was just the simple little boom, 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 3 stars. Very basic, very simple, and yet it got us. It absolutely did. Because it was rewarding to go through and get all 3 stars. And so many of us, myself included, when you only got 2 stars, you had to play it again so you could get 3 stars. You didn't want to have a level where you only had 2 stars. You wanted to just keep doing it. You want your book to have that kind of psychological impact on people. You want them to want to finish it, to want to learn more from you, to want to know more from you. Because ultimately, the people we really want to buy from are people that we have relationships with. If your best friend was a car salesperson and you're in the market for a car, you're going to go see your best friend. Okay? I mean, unless they can't get you what you want, that's who you really want to buy it from. Same's true with your house. And when we, even something as simple as like, where are you going to go out to dinner? How often do we make a post and ask people, hey, where's a great place to go get, pasta? And we take it. That's why reviews are so important. They're important for your book too, by the way. But, we look at the reviews. You're looking at a new restaurant, or maybe you're on vacation and you're ordering something via DoorDash, and you go through and you look at, what are people saying about this? I don't want to order the Chinese food from the place that has, like a 1-star rating and has the reviews that it's like, don't, what was it in the one movie? Recommended to Hindus out for a fine day of fasting or something like that. I forget the line from the movie, but it's that kind of thing. Relationship is going to beat tactics. It's going to beat the schemes and the scams every single time. It's your visibility that puts you in front of the people and allows you the opportunity to have conversations. And from conversations develops relationships, and relationships are what always are going to sell the most. I want you to really embrace that, because if you do, that'll change everything you're doing. And absolutely, yes, if you have a book and you'd like to look at, you'd like me to do a review with you about your book and what we could do to help you build trust with your audience and have it be seen, be visible and valuable, drop the word amplify review. Put it in the comments or DM it to me. And Kylie, no, I'm not pre-recorded. Actually, I'm live. This is actually the real live me right now. See, I'm waving to you. Hi. If you will drop the words amplify review in a comment, in a DM, it will totally give us the ability to be able to hop on a call and we can take a look at your book and see what's working, what could be done, how can we make you visible and valuable, and how can we help you build that relationship with your people as well. Because trust is the engine, and today is your day to turn that engine on and to race down the track. Okay? I'm so glad you got to spend some time here. I appreciate you. I hope you're happy, safe, warm, and loved. You can tell because I'm wearing my hoodie that I'm not, but that you're feeling warm and deeply loved. And then until we're together again next time, where we're going to talk tomorrow about you're not invisible, but your book just might be, which may be leading you to feeling invisible. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. And until we're together again next time, I hope you have a great week.